Alright, hey folks, I know it's been a long time, but I got some cool shit to show you today. Yeah, because Harbor Freight had the sale. I got the Bauer brushless grinder. Sorry, no unboxing because I got way too excited and I unboxed it. But I also went and I got the paddle grinder from the Hercules line because they were also having the Hercules on sale. I'm already going to tell you one thing I like about the Bauer over the Hercules, and that is this integrated slot in the frickin' handle for the wrench, because the Hercules does not have that. It's just so. Another nice thing about the Hercules over the Bauer is that this will take a 5-inch wheel. So if you've got some of those wheels that you screwed up and you thought they were a 4.5-inch for your corded grinder and they're 5, well, heck, you buy this and you can actually use them. It has happened to me once or twice before. I've just went in the welding supply store and I just grabbed, I didn't even think. And yeah. Now, I will say this much. The wrench, ironically, fits better than a lot of the others I have found on the market, where it's almost like a press fit on some of them until you get to using them. Now, the Bauer did not come with a wheel at all, okay? But the Hercules came with a 5-inch grinding wheel. It's supposed to be good for steel and stainless. I wonder about the stainless part, but can I crank this baby down? Come on. And, you know, it is new, so it's stiff. Okay. So, that's toy that's not going anywhere, because, oh yeah, I'm not. Okay. I have confidence that that wheel is not going to move. So, we're going to set the Hercules aside for a little bit, and we're going to talk about the Bauer. The Bauer, I know what you folks are thinking. Oh, well, just take the Bauer handle and put it on the Hercules. Well, here's the thing. The thread, the actual screw size is smaller on the Bauer than it is on the Hercules. So, I can't. So, that's not interchangeable whatsoever. Now, both of these, because of the way the deal worked, you get a 5-amp-hour battery. Now, I have already went through the 8-amp-hour deal, so I have an 8-amp-hour Bauer and an 8-amp-hour Hercules. So, that's what I'm going to run on these. Now, these spindles I like the fact that they do have the traditional cutouts so that you can actually make these suckers work for those thinner wheels, especially the cutoff wheels where they get really, really thin. I am going to put on a Sate, you know, a United Abrasives Sate grind wheel. And we're going to see how well this one does. You know, doing it the old welder's way. Okay. Okay. That ain't working. Not the old welder's way. Put some 300-pound weight into it. Okay. Yeah. So, I'm going to have to run the wrench on this for a while just to get that to seat. And probably, I'm betting it's this packing oil that they have on here. I'm probably going to have to hit it with some brake clean it off, just to get the wheels to maneuver correctly. Now, one thing I have noticed with both the Bauer and the Hercules, I have a bit of a love-hate thing going on with this, is the fact that it's got what they call a soft start. I guess I am so used to it now where the damn thing wants to jump out of my hand that I just grab it with a death grip myself and ride through that. Another nice thing, and you'll see it once I let go of it, and this is both on the Bauer and on the Hercules, is that electric stop. I really do like that. That is the one thing I love about this. And it's the same on the Hercules. I really don't see a lot of differences per se between the Bauer and the Hercules. Other than the fact that this is a switch and that's a paddle. The handle, and of course where the battery goes. Now, take the battery off. Bring the Hercules back. The Hercules has a fine mesh over the intake ports for the fan versus just a grate system for the Bauer. That is going to be very helpful in very dusty environments. Versus the Bauer, where that's just to keep, you know, your hands from getting inside the electronics. The Hercules, yeah, I can see where you look at the handles, they're the same. You do get a little bit of cushioning with the Hercules handle that you don't get with the Bauer. I just wish that they would put this insert from the Bauer into the Hercules handle. That is the only thing about it. So that, because I'm sorry, but the 1 out of 10 times that you need this, you know it's in the bottom of your bag, and you don't want to dig in the bottom of your frickin' tool bag for this, but you know, you're gonna spend frickin' 5 minutes looking for it, and it's like, if it was like this Bauer, yeah. So I like both of them. Now it's really a preference or what you're doing with it on, you know, switched or paddle. And this is kind of why I went with both, because there are times that I'm cutting and I run it more like this so that I can actually watch my cut. And if I've got a paddle style, I'm having to run it more like this. And the thing is that because of the way I do it with this, if it does buck, it bucks up. So I'm over here, I'm not in line with the cut. So it bucks up or slams itself into the material. So realistically, I'm probably going to be putting a polishing wheel on this so that I can do polishing work with a grinder. But it's nice to know that when I do have to grind, it is there to allow me to grind with it. And that the switch is a very positive. The only thing I can see that might be a problem is if you're in really dirty conditions, or you know, you're working out in the mud. Getting mud inside there, you're probably gonna gum that up and it might not work. Now, it doesn't show up real well on camera, but there is like a rubber boot in there to protect the actual switch, but that's the only protection that this thing has. The Bauer, I look inside there and I don't think you can see it on camera, but the Bauer, yeah, the Bauer really offers nothing. Come on, focus. The Bauer really offers nothing for protection for the switch itself, internally or externally. So this one might not be good for those extreme environments. That's a big thing on a grinder, really, once you start getting into it. I know my old corded Bosch that I've had for over a decade now has got mitigation in the switch area, and that's where the Hercules, I can see where they did spend a little bit more time on the R&D department and getting the switch correct, getting the airflow through the unit correct, versus the Bauer, where the Bauer has a little bit less on the mitigation of dust and ingress of particles. So it really does come down to what are you doing with it. If you're the hobbyist type, the Bauer is perfect for you. if you're really heavy into like industrial stuff, professional welding, or extreme car hobbyist, get yourself the Hercules. That said, you know, everything right out of the box, Hercules, just slap a battery on it and you're ready to go. Now, I wanted to show you the soft start on the Hercules because the Hercules has an even more soft start, if you can believe it. And it's got that electronic brake just as the Bauer does. I really love that feature because there's been many a times where on my corded grinders, they don't stop spinning, and you know, they cut into the desk or whatever, fling crap across the room because, you know, you're in a hurry, you don't see where the heck you're putting stuff. Or I've even had it where the darn thing wanted to dig itself a hole to China. So realistically, folks, I'm going to tell you flat out, both the Hercules and the Bauer seem to be, on the electronic side, really well built. You know, without cracking them open, I think they're both really well built. But I can tell where the cost cutting was on the Bauer versus the Hercules. So keep that in mind. Folks, because, hey, if you're big professional and you like shopping at the Harbor Freight, then maybe the Hercules line is the way to go for you. Versus the Bauer. Although I have bought both lines now, and there are some things on the Bauer line I love. I've got that little power inverter thing that goes on the top, and I run lights with it. I mean, it's not too powerful, and I mean, this 8 amp hour battery lasts like 4 hours on that. So with this in mind, realistically, folks, I would say buy both if you got the cash, because you're going to figure out real quick where to put it in your shop. You know, whether it's the Bauer or the Hercules or whatever. So, thanks for watching. Leave some nice comments. I do got other tools that I would love to, you know, show you folks and tell you about, because, like I said, I've got a few of the Hercules stuff now. I've got a few of the Bauer, and I have been playing with them for about a month now. So this is brand new. I just bought this yesterday, so this is the newest one in my lineup of Hercules. So like I said, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and make sure, if you think you're subscribed, make sure that you are subscribed, because, you know, YouTube's doing that weird thing of unsubscribing people. So, I'll see you on the next one, folks.